Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel, Cards Everywhere here. Today I am bringing you another weekly league deck profile. This time I've chosen to go with an energy stealing deck to hopefully annoy the opponent a little bit and make it hard for him to play any cards. So I will give you a quick rundown of the deck and we'll jump into a game to see how it performs. First up we have Loki. On the return, your opponent's remaining cards in hand cost +3 energy next turn. Next up, King Midas. On the draw, your opponent's legendary cards in hand cost +2 energy for 3 turns. Next is Ragnarok. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +2 energy this turn, and your cards in hand cost +1 energy this turn. Next we have Hell. On the play, if you lost 2 rounds this game, give your cards in hand 55 power this turn. A lot of the cards in this deck are not very strong in themselves, so we might be on the back foot a little bit, so this card might help us get us back in the game. Next up we have Arthropelura. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose 30 power this turn and the next turn. Next is HEIMDALL. On the return, if at least 6 cards in your deck are from different albums, your cards, wherever they are, gain 30 power this round. Next is Diffusion, Solar Flare. On the return, your opponent loses -2 energy for 2 turns. Next is another fusion, Scorpion Fly. On the return, steal 4 energy from the opponent. Next up, Iberian Lynx. On the draw, an opponent's random card in hand costs +2 energy until played. On the play, the card opposite this loses 30 power this turn, and then on the return, this card gains 20 power permanently. Next is Manticore. On the draw, your opponent's arts and culture and history cards in hand cost +2 energy for 3 turns. I expect to run into a lot of history cards this week, so hopefully this card will make it worthwhile. Next is American Crocodile. On the play, your opponent loses -2 energy this round. Next is Icelandic YULE Cat. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +1 energy this round. Next we have Mimic Octopus. On the return, if you lost a turn, steal 4 energy from your opponent. Next is King Cobra. On the play, your opponent loses -1 energy permanently. Next we have James Armstead. On the return, your opponent loses -2 energy this round, and if you won the turn, your opponent loses -10 power this round. Next up we have Identity Theft. On the play, for every legendary card in your opponent's deck, up to a maximum of 10, your cards in hand gain +4 power until played. Second to last is Spinner Dolphin. On the return, steal 3 energy from the opponent. And last up we have the mythic, the Flying Dutchman. On the play, if you're losing the round, your cards in hand gain 48 power this turn, and if you're winning the round, your Plundering Pirates cards, wherever they are, gain 36 power for 2 turns. So guys, that is the deck. Let's jump into a game to see how it does. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and while you're down there, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I do want to help grow this channel, and every little bit of interaction helps me out. So hopefully we can get a game here and pull out a win. I'm not sure what to expect. I do think a lot of people will be playing energy increase cards, so that might counter this deck a little bit, but we will have to wait and see how it performs. So here we go, jumping into the first round. We'll give the opponent a hello and see what we can do here. So the opponent has hit our cards a little bit. We'll play James Armstead. We'll play Scorpion Fly. And we'll play Iberian Lynx for 109. And we'll do a little bit of damage to the opponent there. So he is in the lead. But he has a 0 energy. So it looks like it is working so far. And that will reduce his energy a little bit again. And we'll steal some of his. So he only has 10 to work with this turn. So we'll play Arthur Pelura. We get the King Cobra out. And we'll play the Icelandic YULE cast. It's only 77. But we will reduce the opponent's power again with Arthur Pelura. I don't think we'll be winning this first round. But let's see what we can do anyway. We have Manticore doing a good bit of work here. So that will make it very, very difficult for the opponent to play anything substantial. And we'll play Identity Theft to hopefully pull out a win, as the opponent might only be able to play 1 card this turn. Let's see what we can do here. 230, just not enough. That is very unfortunate. But we'll go into round 2 here with 1 loss. And see if we can do better this round. There's our HEIMDALL. So we will get him out. We'll play the American Crocodile. And we'll play Solar Flare as well. Only 66 power. But the opponent is struggling. And looks like his Shinigami won't be doing a whole lot to us. So we'll be getting the boost from HEIMDALL now. And the opponent will be losing a lot of energy. So he only has 12 to work with. And we got our DUTCHMAN. So let's get the DUTCHMAN out. The Ragnarok back around. And the King MIDAS for 380 this turn. That will help us catch up and put us in the lead. For a 147. And there's our Loki and the Lynx. So we get the Lynx, the Loki, and the Octopus for 272. It looks like the opponent is holding back on his cards. So I will do a bit of the same. 154. So we won that turn. And Loki will be increasing the cost of his cards yet again. And we have James Armstead to hit him again the next turn. So here we go. I think I'll get the Mimic Octopus, the Scorpion Fly, and the James Armstead for 178. Hopefully the opponent will be able to beat us. He did indeed, so we'll get the full effect from the Mimic Octopus and steal 4 of his energy. And the Scorpion Fly will be stealing another 4. And the James Armstead will be reducing it by 2 for this round. So there's our YULE cat doing more damage and the Manticore doing the same. So we get them both back around and the Arthur Pelura. We're only doing 18. That's very, very low. Hopefully we can get our DUTCHMAN, but we might just sacrifice this whole round. Let's see. Yeah, I think we will. We'll play the Spinner Dolphin, the American Crocodile. No, we'll just play the Spinner Dolphin, the King Cobra, and we'll save the Identity Theft. Looks like the opponent has some energy increase cards, but our King Cobra will be negating one of them at least. And our Dolphin stealing 2 more energy. So this is where the Hell will be coming in handy. So we'll whip out the Hell. We'll get the Solar Flare out and the American Crocodile as well for 290. The opponent is struggling with his energy a little bit now. So on the return, Solar Flare will be stealing another 2. And the American Crocodile will be stealing 2 as well for this whole round. So let's get our Identity Theft out. the Ragnarok and the King Midas, and see if we can maintain our lead. Looks like we will be able to, just a little bit. So here we go. We are 170 ahead, and the opponent is struggling very, very hard with his energy. So we'll play the Lynx, the Mimic, and the Loki. 127. I'm not sure if it will be enough, but we will wait and see. It's going to be a bit close. 286. Looks like we did it, and the Mimic Octopus will activate as well, stealing more energy, and Loki will be increasing his card's cost again. And we have our HEIMDALL for next round. There's the Manticore increasing everything again, so we get James, Manticore, and Scorpionfly out. So 123. James will be reducing his energy, and the HEIMDALL will be increasing our power. Let's see what else we have. We have the Artipalura and the YULE. So we get the 3 of them out for 153. Looks like the opponent is struggling to play anything. And his Shinigami will be only hit. Oh, and the opponent has quit. I do expect that a lot with this deck. But there we have it, folks. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And cards everywhere out.